It is the Riot 2015.
Today and tomorrow, this is it for the special podcast. Then we'll be returning to our normally scheduled Riot because hopefully Radio U will be fully funded for
Nikki.
our spring fundraiser.
So here's what you can get in the pot. Oh, if you haven't, RadioU.com. Please click on donate. Thanks.
Thank you, because we're almost done. Today's our birthday, by the way, for Radio U.
Oh, my gosh. Where am I at on that?
It's our Radio U birthday, so
Happy
we're
birthday,
celebrating
Radio U.
today. Find out some of the reasons or the ways how we're celebrating through RadioU.com.
Okay. Things in the podcast today. Nikki goes to Disneyland.
Woohoo!
Also, Nikki loses her nose ring when she blows her nose.
It does have.
Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay.
I couldn't find the thing.
I think this might be, though
What
I can't
year
be
was
sure,
it?
2015.
Was that the year? No, I've had my nose ring for longer. Or maybe I did just get it. I don't remember.
I don't know. Well, didn't you get another one? Don't you have two?
No, I want two.
Okay.
I want two nose rings, but I only have one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. This may be, I can't confirm, but this may be the first time that we start talking about the Taco Bell cleanse.
Oh,
I may have found patient zero on the cleanse. Let's see. There's that. We talk about optimism versus realism, and why is there a stigma for clogging a toilet? Also, and I do love this. Urban Meyer, who is the coach of the Ohio State men's football team, there was a photo taken of the inside of his house after flooding. And you'll just have to listen and see. You and I both look at that photo and have the same reaction.
Well, you'll get to hear the reaction.
It has nothing to do with the flooding. So you guys enjoy the podcast.
And remember, tomorrow's the final day of the Radio U Spring Fundraiser. Today's our birthday for Radio U. So please consider helping, making sure this podcast stays here for you.
It is the Riot.
During the spring fundraiser, the Riot works twice as much as normal. Of course, for them, working is still just sitting in an air-conditioned room, yelling and eating chicken fingers, but still, it takes a lot out of them. It's the spring fundraiser on Radio U.
Nikki, why do you sweat me so bad?
What do you mean?
I mean, I go to Disney
I know
World.
why.
You go to Disneyland.
Actually, I thought it was clever. Someone posted that the Riot has been to both of the Disneys.
We have.
Within a month span of time.
At least in North America.
I at least posted on Instagram from the #1 Instagram posting site in the world. So that was one thing.
I want you to know that was the second thing I thought. The first thing I thought was like, Nikki sweats me so bad. Look at this. I go to Disney. She has to go to Disney.
That's just how it is. We're just so in sync with each other.
It's like it's my birthday, but she still had to have a present. But when I saw that, I was like, no, that's not about me. This is about the fact that Nikki has to go to the Instagram Mecca, like the most Instagrammed location. She has to have an Instagram there because Instagram...
Well, I actually wanted to go at nighttime to see the Christmas lights.
Yes.
And there's ice skating and a bunch of other stuff, but we ended up going to Anaheim earlier in the morning.
Okay.
So we just went around then. So I was a little disappointed because, man, it looked like at nighttime it would have been super fun.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something that is either going to disappoint you or make you feel a lot better.
Sure. Go ahead and disappoint or make me happier.
All of these people that told me, like, you just would not believe what Disney looks like for Christmas.
A winter wonderland.
You just wouldn't believe it. I would believe it, and I would be disappointed after all of the buildup that people gave it.
Sure.
And then they like, hey, we hung a Christmas light on the thing. It's like, really?
Well, that's disappointing.
Is this is the best you got?
No, I could tell they had more than that. You could see the decorations during the daytime. Just nothing was lit up. But yes, no, I understand. It probably would have been super disappointing. And the crowds and all that fun stuff that went along with it. Just that alone tends to disappoint you once you get there.
Just not as great as you want it to be.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's not great. I'm sure it is.
Maybe when you're younger, which I think is the true target
That's
demographic.
the target.
Yeah,
It's the
true
target.
target there. But yeah, it was so cute.
No. I'm not going to take away from that. But you said that it was the free part. There's like part of it that's
the
free.
Shopping center that goes with it. So
Really?
yeah, you can go and hang out and do all sorts of stuff.
Buy things.
Yeah, they don't want you. They don't want you to miss out on that opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't feel like actually paying money.
And you bought those ears just for that picture?
No, I bought them for someone else.
Oh, okay.
But I used them.
Co-opted them.
I used them for my picture. Yes,
okay.
I did.
Okay. So did you?
I'm not a Disney ear person type of gal, in case you didn't know that about me, but I used them for the picture.
It took me 5 days to get to the point where I was like, sure, I'll buy this thing with ears on it. It's a great idea.
Of course. Why not?
That was kind of a group thing.
I had to remember, too, not to be so... I'm not very much into Disney, not as much. When you get there, it tends to bring it more out of you.
It brainwashes you a bit?
Yeah, and you get more excited, and you realize everybody there is at least trying to have fun, which is good. We don't come up with that. I'm against that a whole lot.
That might be my favorite description
ever
of the whole thing. Like, you get there and, everybody's trying to have fun.
They are. So I tried to find a gift, and that's what I thought. Well, ears would be good. That's what they'd want. So going through and finding all the ears, I was finding it not for myself, but for someone else. And then everybody else there were trying to find it desperately for themselves.
Yes.
They were more excited. So I had to go in with a smile on my face and not ruin their excitement for all that.
I think desperate's a good word for your trip to Disney.
They were desperate, yes.
There's a lot of desperation there.
Yes, that's the right word to use. But it was fun, so we had a good time.
I mean, it's not Monday after the weekend desperate. I mean, nothing's like that.
But there was an urgency to get there and get there quick.
There's an urgency.
Yeah, so that was interesting to see.
There's an urgency. Yeah, okay. Well, I just wanted to see, because when I saw that picture, I was like, Nikki's on vacation, and why does she always have to be like me?
That's just how I am. I envy you.
But then I realized again that it was more about being like everyone else on Instagram. Did you unlock an Instagram achievement?
No, I did not, but that would have been awesome. You got the Disney achievement?
A badge?
There are many rewards for donating to RadioU, but the greatest of them all,
and here comes the best part,
is that the riot will be quiet.
Relax and enjoy yourself.
For a little bit anyways.
The request lines are now open.
It's the spring fundraiser on RadioU.
It is the riot on RadioU. Nikki, I want you to tell them what
My
you
tale
told,
of woe?
what you told me.
You thought you had a bad morning?
I didn't say, now wait, I didn't say I had a bad morning. I had what I would call a pathetic morning.
A PT morning, a Pop-Tart morning.
I did. A pathetic morning where I
right.
couldn't even muster the self-discipline to prepare myself something to eat. Aside from, it was a lot of work, but I unwrapped and then pushed down
on a Pop-Tart thing in the toaster.
Yeah, that was a lot of work, guys.
I feel like if you held mine up in like a quart of, the world's problems, mine would also fall very close to your Pop-Tart.
First world.
But I've been having a cold for the last week, so I've been blowing my nose a lot.
I would say the last 2 weeks.
Yes, last 2 weeks. I had it laid dormant for like a couple of days.
It seemed like you were getting better.
And then it reared its ugly head back again. But I'm starting to actually really feel better. But I've been doing this nighttime blowing nose thing, and I think I've been half asleep a lot of the times.
Yes.
And so I must have blown my nose last night and did something, because when I woke up this morning, my nose ring was gone. It was out of my nose.
Did you swallow it?
I hope I didn't. I looked in the bed.
So wait, it's not in now?
This is another one.
You put another one in. I was going to say, I thought something was there.
No. Something's still there, but I haven't found the nose ring. I don't think I would have swallowed it. It can't go in. Unless it went out and then in.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've kind of got your mouth open while you're blowing yours.
I could have blown out, and then I went and breathed in, and what if I swallowed the nose ring?
Just right in.
If not, I have to go look.
There's a way to know if you swallowed it. Just
I don't want to know.
Just stay on the lookout.
I don't even talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. You gross man. So
great. Look, I'm just trying to help you.
I know you are, and I appreciate that, because that was my more favorite nose ring. So it's gone, I think. I can't find it.
Are you willing? Okay, all right. We know you're not willing to look in certain places for it, but are you willing to go through the tissues?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I did. Well, at least.
Boy, I'd like to have video of that, too.
I was squeezing it. I was like, does it feel like it's a ring?
Going through your own tissues, looking through
I told you, it's not a great moment. When you have a nose ring, a cold is not your finest moment during that time. So when I get home today, I have to look in the bed to see if I can find it, or in the carpet.
Would the
kinda
cat,
around
would
it.
one of your cats find it and eat it?
No, I doubt it.
You don't think so?
My dog maybe, but it's so small they wouldn't even. I don't even think they'd
That's
register
just
it.
Like Apollos could just be like, and all of a sudden,
like, what's
he
that?
didn't even know he's just gone.
But this one's a harder one to get in. It took me literally 12 minutes to get it in my stupid nose. So
You running a timer somewhere when you're putting it in?
I was running late, and I had even used tweezers.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. So you're talking about the one that you have in now.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the fact that you were desperately trying to apply a nose ring and you noticed the time, that makes more
That
sense
was
to
it.
me.
And if not, I have to get a backup one now, because what if I do this again?
Right.
So I got to go get another one.
Well, how come you didn't just come, with the hole today?
Nah, I like little sparkly things.
Okay.
If I'm going to be blowing my nose, it might as well shine.
I gotta put something in there to maintain the pressure.
It's like putting shoes on. Once you get used to wearing it, you get used to having it.
That makes
Plus,
sense to
I'm
me.
just so afraid if it closes in, I don't want to go through it again.
Because it was terrible.
No, it's fine. I just don't want to go to the store to go through it again. I'm pretty lazy.
I think no. I think you've told me everything I need to know. As much as I blow my nose, there's no way I'm getting a nose ring. I don't have the budget because I would have to buy a new nose ring all the time.
You'd have to have the hoop one that's always staying, tight in your nose.
Look, if RadioU could be funded with Mario Odyssey coins, the Riot would happily foot the bill. Unfortunately, we need real money. Help now by donating at RadioU.com.
It's on RadioU. When you think about Taco Bell, what's the number one thing you think about? Okay, not diarrhea, not
Don't say that word.
I want you guys to know that the only reason I said that word was because I knew that's what Nikki was going to do.
You're such a bad person.
I don't personally care, and I don't find any joy in saying it. But when Nikki gets upset that I say diarrhea, then I suddenly am like, I'm going to include this. But look, it's fair. Taco Bell, dysentery, it's all the same. It's all the same. All right? So Taco Bell, aside from the bodily functions, what's the first thing you think of when you think about Taco Bell?
I think tacos.
Poor service?
They're not liking your answer.
Oh,
go through the drive-through, but don't go in. Baja Blast.
There you go. There it is. We got it, guys. That's
Doritos.
The one.
I think that.
Yeah. Stoners. No. Okay. So Taco Bell. They say that the number one request that they get. What do you think the number one request is, Nikki? What do you think that when people think Taco Bell's a good idea? So these aren't the most normal, stable people. But when you think of these unnormal, unstable people that eat at Taco Bell, what do you think their number one request is?
Gosh, I don't know, because they're kind of pretty flexible there.
2-ply toilet paper?
At Taco Bell, so I don't know what it would be.
Our new facility now features more stalls and better toilet.
It doesn't hit you till later.
It's not until you get home. So what about this? You get a coupon for Cottonelle when you check out.
I don't even want to know your answer. I don't even want to hear the answer to it.
Delivery.
Oh, yeah? Well, I guess that would work.
See, because that way you're always close to home base, so that you don't have to go anywhere.
So are they?
Hey guys, I'm doing a Taco Bell cleanse this weekend. They're gonna bring it in Saturday morning. I hope I'll be all cleared out by Monday.
That way you could totally be snooty at the people that are doing juice cleanses and be like, I'm doing a cleanse too.
I'm all cleaned out. No lie.
So which markets are they testing it?
I don't have any microvilli left in my small intestine. They're gone. They were just, whoa!
Testing? Where are they testing it at?
I want you to know, when we started talking, this is not remotely what I had in mind.
It just goes from there.
Oh, my body's rejecting talking about Taco Bell. Taco Bell. They say it's the number one request they get, delivery, and they haven't figured out how to do it yet.
Oh, not yet?
But they're thinking about it. They say one of the problems they have is, how do we make it an authentic Taco Bell experience?
Just stop.
That's what they said. That's what they
Why
said.
are you telling this story?
That's what they said. They said it. Now, I didn't say that. They did.
Sometimes it's how you say it.
Maybe it is. So what you're saying is that now
It's
go
the fact that you can't not laugh through it.
apologize to your sister. Mean it. That's what you're saying right now.
Yes.
Talk about Taco Bell
But
delivery.
mean it.
Mean it.
Exactly.
Oh, I mean it. I mean it. We're talking about it right now.
I guess delivery, I still somewhat think more for restaurants where it takes time, to get your food and like it's a longer experience.
Mm-hmm.
Taco Bell is pretty fast.
Slamming that together.
So it's not like that's the one that I really need to have delivery.
They're also looking into expanding to catering options.
Thanks for sharing the story.
Corporate cleanse.
Party cleanse, a real big party.
Everybody comes over. It's like a chickenpox party.
The Riot is more than just food and video games. Nikki talks about animals sometimes, too. It's the Riot during the spring fundraiser.
Positive thinking is what's going to save you. That's it. You think positively, and it's there. It's going to happen. Actually, it's not. There's a study at UC Berkeley, and here's what they say. They said that...
Don't bother. Is that it?
Yeah, they were like, just give up.
They probably gave us a more scientific
term. The experiment is giving up.
Giving up.
Just give up already. No, but here's what they found is that in reality, optimism is important.
Yeah.
And that being optimistic, people who are optimistic actually live longer.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is amazing because in reality, it leads, this is amazing, but positive thoughts actually lead to the release of hormones that actually make you feel better, help you relax, et cetera, et cetera. Which, you Riot listeners you're done for. You probably got another year at best, especially if you keep listening to this show.
No. I don't think we're as downers as you think we are.
No, I'm very positive.
We are about us or inside things, but not towards life.
Not towards Pompeii. It was great.
No, that's okay to be down about because that's not personal to anybody.
So anyway, across the course of this study, here's what they came down to, is that while positive thinking is good, positive thinking is not as important as you think it is. They say that we put an overemphasis on positivity. Like the positivity is good, but it's not that good.
Sure.
Which sounds like something we would say. Like, don't you think? Like... Yeah, all right, be positive, but it's not that great.
Well, have you ever met someone who's way too positive? Like, they're not, they don't have a bit, like, you have to be a little bit more realistic.
But they would say that makes you and I
pessimists.
Negative Nancy's.
Yeah, but...
And you and I would say, we're realists.
We're realists, and we are. We really are. We're really realists. But...
I'm telling there's the line. It's like... the negative people never say that they're negative. They say they're real. Whereas, let's just be real, okay? Let's say we go online, we read two blogs. One is a happy blog, and then one talks about the struggles of life. Here's what we would say. That person that's being negative is being real. Like, they're sharing their struggles. This person that's being positive, you know what? It's just a big lie. And underneath it all, they have a lot going on. Right?
No.
That's what we say. Think about this. Think about this with music. If somebody comes out with a whiny album about breakups and whatever, that's real. All right? But if somebody talks about what a great day it is, you're like, it's just fake.
That's pop junk.
It's all sunshiny and garbage. Life's not really like that. Now we're off on another topic. That's something I'd love to spend a lot of time talking about, how ridiculous it is that we think that negative art is real and worthwhile, but if it has even the slightest shiny element to it, we're like, it's garbage.
No. See, I think it's not one or the other. Like, if someone is always negative, then there's a problem. Just like if someone's always positive.
Oh, don't introduce balance to this equation, Nikki.
There's a problem as well. You got to have a little bit of both. Hot and cold.
I guess
right in the middle.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. So if you find someone who is legitimately like scary happy all the time, but then you notice...
Those are the people that I assume have someone in their freezer.
Well, yeah, then you notice like they look off in the distance and their eyes have this glaze about them. Like, that's when you should really check in and say, hey, what's really going on? Because maybe they're hiding something.
That Adult Swim allergy commercial.
Yeah. Just like if someone's so depressed and stuff, the same for them.
All right. So Nikki, that makes us the perfect balance.
Does it?
Do you see how Nikki has talked this around until, wow, you and I are
We're
perfect.
just fine.
Nikki is positively reinforcing our negativity.
Thank you, doctor. I should have been a therapist.
It's been great being with you this morning.
You feel better?
I feel great.
Great.
I feel great.
Good, you're doing good.
I feel positive, but not too positive about being positive.
That's right.
Got some reality in the middle of it.
You're just fine. We're all just fine.
Oh, man, I feel great. Just great.
The Riot, because when I say it could be worse, you need an example. It's the spring fundraiser on RadioU.
It's that moment where your mom or dad or whoever walks into your room and they look around and they're like, clean this place up. And then maybe you don't. And then, I see this. I envision my mom just being like, I just can't stand it anymore. It's just so filthy. And my thing is like, Mom, just close the door.
Don't even look at
If it bothers you, don't come in here. All right?
That response doesn't go well.
Like, I don't want you to be upset, but I also don't want to clean this place. So let's do us all a favor and just don't come in here. That's the kind of language
Does that count as back talking, or what I heard a lot was sassing?
Don't you sass me.
Don't you sass me.
Don't you sass me.
Yeah, I think that's more the back talking.
But I think we've all gotten pretty smart about the fact that if we've got a mess, like one of the key things is to just cover it up and not let anybody know that we've got a mess, whether it's our room or our life. If we can keep the door shut,
no one sees it.
That's the best course of action. Well, it's a course of action. Because here's the thing, even if anybody knows it, we're still sitting in there in our own squalor, wondering how old that piece of pizza is that sits underneath the bed. God loves you so much that I honestly, he would kind of like us to clean up our lives, which at that point, you're just like, look, God, just shut the door, all right? Just get out of here and shut the door. And then you don't have to look at it. But here's where God's coming from. He loves you so much that he wants to work with you. The things in your life that you have shoved under the bed that, really, it's still with you. People don't see it. Nobody really knows about it, but it's definitely still there. Do you know that God cares you enough to get down there and clean that stuff out? God wants to take old things and make them new. He wants to take old wounds and heal them. He wants to take new wounds and heal them too. I don't care. This is not an age limitation here. Whatever it is, all right? God wants to help take care of it. And it would be kind of a bummer if he just stood at a distance and yelled at you, clean it up! But he's like, hey, let's clean this up. And he'll be the first one to get down and get to work. He'll be the first one to offer to take care of things. He does not walk out on you. He wants to help you clean up your space because he wants to live in that space with you. He doesn't want it to be your room anymore. He wants it to be our room. That's who he is. That's what his love is like. And you've heard a lot of stuff about quote unquote religion, but that's just a bunch of people yelling at you, telling you what a mess you are. No. I want to talk about a relationship with Jesus where he wants his spirit to move into where you are because he loves you so, so much. So I don't know what it is, and I don't know what you've heard. I just know what I've experienced, and I know that that's a God who cares about you a bunch. If you want to have a relationship with him, if you're thinking, yeah, I could go for that right now, you don't have to wait. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. It could be right now. Just say, Jesus, yes, I need you to come into my life. I want you to come into the room of my heart. I have junk everywhere. Help me get this place picked up. Heal these wounds for me. Show me a better way to do things and make this place your home too. That's what God wants. He wants to come in and be with you.
What does the Riot have in common with Spotify? Amazing music with no personality. What doesn't the Riot have in common with Spotify? No commercials. Keep us commercial free now at RadioU.com/donate.
I think as a society, one of the things that we should work towards is destigmatizing certain kinds of behavior because we've attached things to it where it's like, look, instead of being embarrassed about this, we should be really proud. And right now, the behavior that I want to focus on is clogging a toilet. All right? When you clog a toilet...
I didn't think he'd say that either.
What you really should be doing is walking out and going, whoa!
What is it? What did someone say? You punished it?
Dude, I clogged that.
That's me.
What's up? And instead you're like, hey, does anybody know where the plunger is?
It becomes an issue.
Excuse me, I can't. There's a problem. Could you tell me where? Okay. You what? Could you not? Let's not talk about it. Or you don't say anything and you leave it for the person that found it. And you hope they're not checking security cam footage to find out who was the last one out.
And it was you.
Find out that it was definitely you. Marion Lindquist, she couldn't get her toilet unclogged on Sunday. And again, what should we be saying when she can't get her toilet unclogged? Woo! You're amazing! Look at you!
I hate that.
You're making it happen.
You feel better now?
You're making it happen. You're all cleaned out.
Yeah, I bet that's what she was thinking.
But, she's in there working, just can't get it unclogged. So she ends up calling a plumber, and then we realize that we shouldn't be congratulating her at all. Or she really needs to be more careful about what she's eating. The plumber found an iguana in there.
Oh, really?
An iguana.
Did she try to flush the iguana?
Well, I hadn't even thought of that angle. What? You know what? When
Is this a mystery?
Well, Bobby brought the iguana home, and I couldn't stand having him around. So when Bobby was gone on Sunday, I flushed the iguana.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it was. They actually don't. They're not sure how it got in there.
So the iguana was coming from the other side of the toilet? Usually where?
Here's what they think. You've got ventilation pipes, all right, for the pipes. And so they think that maybe the iguana got up and in one of the pipes and then was making his way through the
house?
In the sewerage pipes. And so iguana.
So it's similar to, what was that rat snake we read about the other week where he got in through a vent and he was in there?
Yeah.
Man, you need a once through your place.
Hire a professional because you don't want it to happen to you.
You just want to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, what Nikki
I would be
said.
more scared, though. I think I'd be less afraid of an iguana. I'd be more afraid of a snake.
Oh, I absolutely guarantee that right away.
Yeah, iguana's not as bad.
At least an iguana has legs. What the heck is this?
Cute sometimes.
What is this snake doing here that it crawls around on its belly as if it were cursed? I don't like them. No, I don't.
But it makes you worry just what is getting in.
I don't want to know. I want it to stay out. Get out. I built this house to create inside so that you would be outside and I would be inside.
Did they manage to save the iguana, or was he...
What do you mean by save? Like formaldehyde?
No, is he dead? Was he...
Well, Nikki, he's no longer with us.
He's not with us. Okay, yeah. May he rest in peace.
So they went ahead and flushed him,
and
then
totally.
they had to get him back out.
Oh, gosh.
So, it's a real shame. So,
poor iguana.
Yeah. But again, I just want you to remember, next time you clog it, take a victory lap. Head around, get some high fives, tell people hey, don't go in there because the toilet's currently out of commission. And you're looking at the guy that did it.
You're a giver. We know it. You've supported microeconomies, brewed free trade coffee, and bought shoes from those one guys that always donate a pair of shoes. Want to do a little more? Yeah. Support commercial-free music that makes a difference. Do it now at RadioU.com/donate.
Most of you know this, but the Ohio State University men's football team is the national champions.
That's Obi's team of choice.
Yeah, and we've got 76 days until it's time to start football again. Man, only 76 days. 14 days ago, it was 90. But now it's 76.
It's flying by.
In 16 days, it'll only be 60. This is exciting.
I think
math.
He's most excited because then starts college football season and then starts fall.
Everything.
And then starts Thanksgiving.
Everything that is good. Summer is the most hateful, terrible time. It's the worst. It's hot. It's raining.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Hot and raining.
It's hot. The sun is out all the time. People want to go outside and play, and you have to come up with reasons why you don't want to. And it's finally, you just want to be like, look, I hate outside. Which I actually don't. I just hate the heat. But during the summer, outside is hot. You see what I'm talking about. Can we get back on topic for just a minute? Even though you are the coach of the national championship men's football team, it doesn't keep your house from flooding. Coach Urban Meyer, his wife, was posting photos of their flooded basement.
Aww.
And I hate to be this guy, but the reality of it is that flood did them a huge favor.
I didn't want to say anything.
Because that is the most ghetto TV. I mean, that guy's pulling in millions.
Lots of money.
Didn't he get like $1 million? Is there $1 million bonus for beating Michigan? And then another $1 million bonus for winning the... I mean, like, this guy's floating on bonus money.
I'm not surprised. I actually thought that, too, when I saw that TV. It's the big, the tube-type big television, what do you call it ones? They're just the old school ones.
It's rear projection.
That, yeah.
It's so 1999. Look at my big screen TV.
I was driving the other day, and I saw someone dumped one of those on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Just because they couldn't get rid of it. I know at times if you have a basement or like...
That's where you put the old stuff.
Like you can put your old stuff down there. But yeah, I was surprised to see an older TV like that.
But it's just like, come on.
Because you know he must have other TVs somewhere.
Come on. No, that's where he's watching game film right there.
At least get a flat one and put it on the wall.
It's a big square box. Maybe you could save it.
Maybe if you have a basement flood, that's when you just go and throw all your stuff into the water. And just that way, insurance purposes.
Whoops, the TV tipped over.
Oh, no, it's in there.
This guy doesn't need insurance. Oh, and look, I also would like to point out that he does, in fact, have a rock band drum set, which just to let you know, I got some of those in my basement, too. So, see, Coach Meyer and I have got a lot in common.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, so just come on, bro. Like, it's time.
That was a lot of water. I've never I had a flooded basement once, but it was a small amount.
No,
enough to do
like,
damage. That's a lot of water.
Oh, gee, it's almost up to my knee. Like, no, seriously.
You're
like,
right.
The water is really, really high. But again, honestly, here's what I imagine, all right?
You're happy at least the TV's going to go, right?
Here's what I think. I think he's been wanting to buy a new TV. His wife won't let him. He accidentally unplugs the sump pump in the middle of torrential downpour rains. The next thing you know, oops! Oh, my!
Well, for a minute, I was like, can't someone get this man nice? I thought, well, maybe that's not right. You allowed to do that with the coach? I know you can't with the players.
Oh, you're right. No, he can. He can do whatever he wants.
He can do whatever, yeah.
Yeah, it's, Nikki... Everyone in college football can have as much money as they want except the players.
Yeah.
The players aren't allowed to have any money at all. But everybody else, here, take some. Hee-hee.
Well, the lining to this cloud is the fact that, yes, that TV's gone.
Coach is getting a new TV.
Yeah, and you probably got a better price for it than you would have been able to sell it.
Oh, yeah, because I tried selling my rear projection TV. I got like $250 out of it.
Oh, I told you. I saw the one on the street. That person gave up.
They're not going for a lot.
No, not really.
So, yeah. I just want you to know that when I make my first $1 million check in one day I make $1 million, it's true. I'm going to give some of it away. I'm going to give to causes that I feel like I should. But I'm also just on principle buying a huge freaking TV because I can.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no, I missed it. Do it again.
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.